Hiya, and higher healing vibrations. Cosmic Cat here. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for being present. Today we are going to read the affirmations for the inner child for September 20th. Look at that, I turned right to it. Then we'll pull some cards about it and see how we can understand a little bit better. See if what messages Spirit has for us regarding the topic, which is anger. I express my emotions freely. Say that with me. I express my emotions freely. Not just saying it, but allowing those words to be fed. You drink those words into your body and you can feel them vibrating within your belly. I express my emotions freely. Sometimes my inner child is a whining kid. It drives me crazy to listen to that seemingly endless whine. It reminds me of the screechy sound air makes when it is slowly released from a balloon. I think whining is the sound that anger makes when it's not allowed to speak freely. Even though the whining eventually ceases a little, anger remains to fuel the next whine. Today I will remind my inner child of the balloon. Watch this, I say, as I blow a balloon up as big as it can get and let it go. The balloon flies wildly around the room for an instant and then drops to the floor, its energy spent. I tell my inner child, try to be like that balloon. Don't be afraid to let your anger out freely. You may fly around the room for a moment, but soon your anger will subside and you can rest. Expressing emotions freely. Was whining something that you still continue in your adult life, that you try to, that you do it and then you realize when you're doing it, it brings you back to your childhood and you're wondering why you're still doing it at the age of whatever you are, 33. Yeah, this is and when the where she wrote, I think whining is the sound that anger makes when it's not allowed to speak freely. So this is about you being able to express your emotions, being able to express who you are. And there is also some things that go around this, okay? Being able to release your anger is important. However, it's also important to do it in a way that's respectful. This can be challenging, especially if you're like myself, double fire. You have a lot of passion, a lot of ambition, a lot of fuel. You're hot, you got a lot of heat. But it is possible. And the more that you work with your energy, work with yourself, tune into your inner child, understand where the whining began, why it began, why it's a thing. Really going right through this energy to understand on a deeper level where it was created, why it was created. Knowing this helps you to understand where to go next and how to move away from it. Sometimes it may be best if you have a difficult, so a lot of this also has to do with being able to be in control of your emotions. One, understanding your emotions. What are the emotions that you're having at a particular time? What are the emotions? Then also understanding emotions. understanding your emotions helps you move forward. So, did you feel like you were unable to speak freely? Did you have to whine to get what you wanted from your parents growing up? Did you not have to whine, but you kind of wanted to? Yeah, whining wasn't really allowed in our home. We 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 rarely whined, but we didn't really have much of a voice either. You know, we were kids, so it's like you're a kid. Plus, there was three of us. I mean, it's it's a lot. It's a lot. You know, three young kids, 2 years apart. That could be a lot for anyone. Doesn't make it that it doesn't mean that it's okay. We're gonna pull some cards on this anger and whining. How do you manage your anger? Do you manage your anger, or do you not manage your anger? You think you got your anger under control, but then you think about it and you're like, oh, you know what? I just lost my cool. I just lost what it was that I was feeling. Like sometimes, have you ever got lost in anger? There is an easy way to understand. Well, it may help you to understand that there are only two ways that we live in this world. We either live in love or we live in fear, which can essentially be also we live in compassion or we live in hate. So, love, fear, compassion, hate, contentment, peace, and anger. You know, the opposites. So, how is it that you want to live your life? I will say one of the most important things whenever you feel like you're losing your cool, you can't hang. Yes, it's okay to speak up and speak freely about how you're feeling. Yet, if you're unable to do this in a compassionate, caring way that really seeks understanding and balance, like a certain respect for others and for yourself, then it would be very beneficial for you to first write in your journal about what you're feeling and why you're feeling the way you feel. If you don't have a journal, you could take a moment to meditate. You can meditate. I guess I was supposed to take that and I didn't. I'm sorry, Spirit. I didn't take that. We had the Queen of Swords there. She came out, and I think she was coming out for a very valid reason. Can be definitely a rigid feeling, but at the same time, the opposite spectrum could be something else as well. So getting to know your anger, when you get angry, starting to understand why you're angry, what you're angry about, what was it that created the anger in your heart and mind. Going within, going in the forest, going in the forest to find your heart, because you've mostly been coming from your mind. You have to forgive my poor little bent up, broken up card here. My dog got a hold of it, as you can see, and he almost ate all of it. But this is you going into the forest to start this healing journey. The healing of your anger. This doesn't mean that you're trying to get rid of it and you're going to get rid of it once and for all. That's not going to happen. It's about managing your anger. It's about managing and controlling your emotions at all times, even in the hardest, especially in the most difficult, hardest times. That song Bob Marley sings, "Who the cap fits, let them wear it," is coming up. If the cap fits, let them wear it. So this is, I believe that's coming up because who the cap fits, let them wear it. Let others be who they are. Just because they may be violent or angry or unable to communicate with others doesn't mean that you have to be. And through the crystal ball, Spirit's asking you to use your own eyes, your own mind, your own heart. And also through the crystal ball, Spirit is bringing the shadow. It may be time to go through an ego death or to do some shadow work. Diving right into those parts of yourself that you want to heal. And if you have your connection with your inner child already, then this is great. Many of you do have that. The kiss. The kiss of life. The kiss of love. This is the number 60, not by chance that 6 is the number of love. It's also the Lover's card in the Major Arcana. Nurturing, loving. This is also an affirmation for your anger, to understand that your upbringing lacked a lot of this. Your upbringing lacked compassion, holding of hands, looking out for each other, one another, the unity that you feel in a group effort. This isn't something you learned at home. You may have learned it at school, through friends, through workplaces, volunteer communities, in your community. However you learned it somewhere else. What this really means, like the kiss of life, the kiss of love. Another aspect is, if you ever remember the first kiss you ever had, your first kiss, just as you can remember, Spirit saying, just as you can remember your first kiss, remember the first time you angered. Remember the first time you had a temper or you lost your cool. Because oftentimes when people are angry, they are very expressive. They're not expressing anger in a very calm way, peaceful manner. Some can, and some have, and some continue to do, which are their inspiration for everyone else that struggles with that struggles with coming back to compassion. This whole entire world is just crumbling, collapsing. And as it collapses, I mean, every day there's grief. Every day we're grieving. We're grieving of the way things are, grieving from the way things were, grieving from the way things used to be before we had a lot of trauma, a united trauma. We're living in an era where we all shared united trauma through a pandemic. Yet we also have our own individual trauma. Anger could be one of them. Violence. Oftentimes, many find that violence must be the answer. Yet, unfortunately, it just typically does not. Violence typically doesn't bring about peace. Violence, compassion, bringing compassion into violence is a very, very difficult task to withhold, to maintain, to get a grip on. Yet it is still possible. You are an alchemist, Spirit says. So you may have some stormy weather with this, with acknowledging this at the beginning and figuring it out, learning from where it all began for you. It could have had something to do with your addiction, whatever it was that you recovered. I mean, the author writes this book, The Affirmations for the Inner Child. She writes it because she also writes another best-selling book called Daily Affirmations for adult children of alcoholics. So, I mean, if you had an addiction, then you definitely weren't even in you weren't really yourself anyway. To a degree you were, but depending upon the addiction, the power of the drug. I mean, coffee addiction is much different than a cocaine addiction. They both are stimulants. They both give you a boost of energy. One's legal, one's not, but that's not really the point. The point is that both of them can be addicting, highly addictive, yet I don't know of anyone that's ever overdosed from coffee. So we have a lot of stability coming in for you. It's important for you to maintain stability. This is showing that right now in your life, you are at the end of a chapter. And in the chapter, it's a very happy ending. You are ending a chapter of your life being fulfilled. It could be one of those moments that you're having right now where you just don't want it to end. Someone's connected with their inner child. You let go of something or someone here, and maybe perhaps not let go, but you are this energy is something that you experienced. It's showing that your anger comes later. This card is representing that the anger that you have builds up. You have anger, you don't say anything, and then another thing happens, and so it builds up. There's layers of this anger until you explode. So you have this suspended conflict that's eternally inside of you, that it may be so far deep into your subconsciousness that it's going to take a while to dig out. But you're able to do this, and you can, and you will if you want. And I'm feeling the energy about this conflict has to do with your brother and sisters, your siblings. Maybe it's just sisters, maybe it's just brothers, maybe it's one of each. But it's the energy that Spirit's bringing up right now that is part of the anger that you hold within you. Part of your anger is like you felt you needed to, it took screaming, it took yelling, it took defending yourself and punching someone back so that they wouldn't punch you again in order for you to survive. Here in this state, you wrote in your journal, you discovered what it was, and now you're here. You're going back to that time because you're going to conquer it. And it is a time to contemplate, to rest. It wears you out. It really takes a lot of energy by being angry and holding on to anger. Spirit says be more like a peacock. Be more like a peacock. So you have this you connected with your inner child here. You've reconnected with your siblings. Someone here you were able to work through your anger, and it actually helped you to realize where it started, and that the anger wasn't yours to begin with. Somebody here, the anger wasn't even yours. You took it on to try to help your parent, your sibling, your friend. You said, let me have that. I can do this. I can work with this energy. But then you couldn't. It was too heavy. It was too heavy. And it took everything out of you. But then being in that dark, in that void, you're able to actually come back to your heart space. Come back to, not even come back, some of you, you're just experiencing compassion. You start to experience compassion, you didn't even know what it was. And this is helping you. And then you're able to actually speak with your siblings, with your parents, with your family, with your friends, whoever this was that you took that anger from. Now, this could have been your own anger from your own upbringing as well, your own anger or defenses. Understanding the difference between defending yourself when someone comes at you and hits you, you responding by hitting them back, That is you defending yourself. That is you standing up for yourself, not allowing someone, like letting them know it's not okay to hit you, letting them know that you will defend yourself and you will stand up for yourself, letting them know that you're a human being, you have feelings, you matter, you are worthy. Because anger is everywhere, and right now in this world, anger is so heightened. In the world, it doesn't even matter where, like, I don't want to say it doesn't matter where you live, like, leave it at that. What I'm saying is, regarding anger, it is everywhere. Love is everywhere too. Compassion is everywhere too. If you feel that isn't true, if you don't feel compassion or love is true for you or is anywhere in this world, check your day to day. What are you doing every day? Why are you feeling these ways? What are you watching? What are you looking at? What catches your eye, your interest, your energy? What are you giving your energy to? Are you watching news all day, every day? Are you calling that friend that you know is always just wanting your energy, to take your energy and run with it? Are you, are you waking up and doing what you want to do for your day, living your life how you want to live it? Or do you feel forced? Do you feel handcuffed to the devil? Living in fear that you must do what society tells you to do because that's what everybody does. Yeah, be aware, raise your consciousness to what you're doing every day as to how you're feeling. These are two different, very different cards. Actually, all of these. You're moving from your mind space into your heart space. Yes, and this is fantastic. This is actually exactly where you're meant to go. You're meant to go toward your heart space to gain that divine hug from Lady Nada, from Mary Magdalene, from Mother Mary. And these deities, these angels, these divine masters, they're related to other sources as well. For instance, roses. A pink rose is related to Lady Nada. A red rose is related to Mary Magdalene. A unicorn is related to Mother Mary, Archangel Mary. So these are all different ways that you can also help yourself. I had to say that for someone. 44 is representing the angels are definitely with you. Have you been seeing 44 recently? Share in the comments below if you have and what was on your mind at that time, if you feel so guided and would like to. I will ask for your subscription at this time. Hit the like button. I do these videos out of spirit guided by spirit to do this. And it's healing. It's an opportunity for us all to heal and to help the world vibration raise into the new frequency that it's going to be. This is about balancing masculine and feminine energy. The masculine has definitely ruled the world and society since the beginning of time. But as we all know, it's not just a man, it's not just a male creation. We have Father, Son, and Mother Moon. They work together. We have the cosmos, and we have Earth. Just like that, we also have emotions. We have all these emotions within our body. And as an alchemist, you're learning to transform this. This is like, in this image and in this energy of this card, is very unique and different than the other Four of Cups that I work with and the energy there. So I'm going to share with you what I feel and see with this energy. With this Four of Cups energy, you are an alchemist, and you are following your gut, your intuition, your inner child. You know that this cup is the one that you want to bring your energy to. After all of this, after going within to find your heart space, to hold your own hand, to hold someone else's hand, to give someone a kiss on the cheek, to give them a hug. The Spirit is saying this could be also intimacy related for some of you. If so, check out the birthday reading today. In this energy, it's like you transform your way of managing, of handling, of honoring your anger, to sharing this with those who you felt were the result of your anger. And it's unity. You have this loyalty, this legacy that you've created. And you're so very happy and pleased. We have a rainbow here, and there's also been a rainbow in the crystal ball with the shadow under it. X marks the spot. So that ego, it's the ego that you're working with and helping others with as well. Then you're able to now, as your alchemist, as learning it, transforming it internally with yourself, your anger, you're able to share it with your own intimate family, the ones closest to you, the one that you felt could use it or benefit from it because you were super ecstatic about this. And now you have the discernment to know, with this Four of Cups energy, where your emotions are meant to go. These could all be, they are full cups. They are all full cups here. All four of these cups are full. 3 of them are singled out. These could be full cups of rage. This could be rage, anger, hate. Whereas this one is the divine cup of love and compassion. You're practically standing on these other ones to get to this one. I really like this card. This is almost a complete opposite of what the Four of Cups originally views as, because in the original Four of Cups, you're not even aware of this up here. Here in this one, you are. You're actually guided that way. Your energy is being pulled to the one cup that matters. Most people don't look at that, though, do they? Think about it. The mentality of society is more. Bigger the better. The bigger the better. Geez, like as a teenager working in the fast food industry, it was always like more. And I remember when Rally's first created those like big, huge monster fries is what they called it. And it was literally like a 16-ounce cup of fries. And of course, back when I was eating all that bad stuff, and they were zesty and spicy, I was like, yeah, that's good. But then I remember my mom coming to visit me, and she had stopped at KFC and got herself a tea. She loved their tea. Their iced tea was the best, she say. And it was a literal bucket. I mean, it had a handle on it. This thing must have been like 64 ounces or something. It was massive. Wouldn't even fit in a cup holder. And car cup holders, they have to keep expanding them and making them bigger because of this reason. And it's like, do we really need that much? Do we really need that much? Ask yourself this. You're asking yourself this here. It's in disguise. It's a disguise most of the time. Oh, well, there's more over here. You get more for your money there. It's not necessarily the case. Oftentimes, when things are on sale at the grocery store, if you really divvy this up in your mind, and if you're not that calculator or not that mathematically savvy, you can use your calculator on your phone. But if you really figure out the cost per unit or the cost per ounce on it, you'll realize that you're not getting more quantity for your buck, for the amount of money you spend. It's sometimes, not all the times, the item that you're looking at, the one that isn't on sale, the one that you normally buy, is still cheaper than the one that's on sale and showing you on sale. And there's different reasons for that. The size may not be as big. So it's the quantity, the amount that you're getting. There's other things too. Sometimes it matters about the expiration date. If it's going to expire, will you use it all? That's another thing. So you're reanalyzing your life altogether based on this anger. Based on the anger, the frustration that you've learned to cope with. There's also a sense of like stepping away. There's a sense of stepping into your own here. A new sense of self. The new awakening of you. And this reflects on the birthday reading in many ways. So please check that out if you feel so guided. That is the message I have for you today. I hope it resonates. I'd love to hear some stories about what part resonates for you, where you're at with this, how you cope with your anger. Have a cosmic day and tonight, meow.